Welcome to Vikings football with head coach Bruce Barnum. The Portland State Vikings go on the road this week. They play at UC Davis this Saturday, 4 p.m. You can watch that game on ESPN+. The Vikings coming off a big home victory over Eastern Washington, 47-35. They retain the Dam Cup again this season. Coach, it had to be a nice Saturday for you to win that rivalry game. A lot of happiness on the sideline, in the locker room, and all around.
It was. Guys work hard, winning college football games and winning games in the Big Sky is tough. So to get that one against Eastern Washington University and bring back the Dam Cup, that's a damn good feeling.
All right, and with that victory, the Vikings go to 3-2 in the Big Sky Conference. They are tied for fourth. There are 3 teams right now at 4-1, and what that amounts to is a very exciting month of November. Davis this week, Montana, and then Northern Colorado. 3 games the Vikings need to win to get a shot at the postseason, and this is what you play for, right? How do you express this to the team in terms of the importance of the upcoming games?
Mike, it's great to be in this spot, and not down and not having a shot. So you always remember what you do in November. So we'll take one at a time. 1-0, that's been their mantra. So go with that and see what we can do down at Davis. Hell of a football team.
All right, a couple notes on the victory over Eastern Washington. Coach, 2 weeks ago you got off to a poor start, got a bad result. That was an emphasis going into the Eastern Washington game. And right off the bat, first play of the game, the defense forces a turnover. And even though you didn't get points off of that turnover, that energy it created probably made a big difference for your team.
It did. We did address start, Mike, and I liked how we started. And I liked how we finished. But when we come out like that, this season we've been good. We had that slow start the week before. Swamped us, but a lot goes into that, but it's on these guys. Kudos to the football team, the players, for coming out. Excited, ready to play for 60 minutes, not 50.
All right, and then the Vikings got going. They eventually got that 7-3 lead in the first quarter, and then they never trailed again. And every time Eastern Washington was able to create something, the Vikings had an answer, and usually it was number 28, Joby Mallory. He had a tremendous game, 241 yards, 6 touchdowns, the Big Sky Conference Player of the Week. But the thing you pointed out after the game, it takes a village. One guy gets the numbers, but it was 11 guys that made that day.
It was. You watch the tape, Mike, with the receivers blocking downfield and holding your blocks up front. And then Joby, don't get me wrong. I said it before, Joby ran well. He's a tough guy to bring down, and I think he's got a little faster. So to see him have that performance, the unit have that performance, I should say, was pretty cool beans. Joby, obviously, he's the one walking across the line or running across the line, so he gets the trophies and the hits on the twits. So, but seeing that happen offensively, we'll win some games if we can keep that up.
All right, last point on that victory over Eastern Washington. Coach, it was a big week in the social media circles. Our president, Ann Cudd, came out and helped promote and support the football program. Tremendous attention nationally going into that game. And then, of course, the Vikings win it. And who comes out on the field with the trophy to present it to the team? President Cudd, first one on the field. That has to be pretty gratifying as a head coach.
It is, for the university, for all athletics, not just football, but to have her running out there with a trophy and taking having a photo op with the team, that's cool. That makes the game even more fun. It makes it, you see people now. You've shown me people in the university that when the president gets excited, everybody kind of takes notice. So hopefully we can bring something together. Well, she's already doing it, so she's bringing something together that I think people will enjoy here at Portland State University.
All right, let's move on and talk about the UC Davis Aggies. They come into the game at 4-4, 2-3 in the Big Sky Conference. Coach, the Vikings haven't played the Aggies in 4 years, but you know about the Aggies. You know about Coach Hawkins. You know about that stadium. We haven't been down. It's kind of a cool little stadium. What's it going to be like this week going down there? Is it going to seem all new to you or very familiar?
Our team likes playing on the road, Mike. They have a nice stadium. I remember when they were building it, filled full of water, and they couldn't work for a while. But coached by a great, Hawk is a smart football guy. He thinks outside the box. In fact, I just saw him a couple weeks ago. But anytime you play a Hawks team, what you think's going to happen doesn't. So he's made a living at this, and he's damn good at it, and he's creative. So both sides of the football, all three sides of the ball, are going to have to try to be ready for what the Hawk throws at you.
All right, and one thing he always has is a pretty darn good quarterback. They throw the ball well. The Vikings have run the gauntlet of quarterbacks these last few weeks, 3 weeks in a row. Probably three of the top throwing teams in the Big Sky. Miles Hastings, the quarterback down there. What do you see from that group?
Offensively, they're dynamic. They nobody's stopping them. They're scoring points and moving the football up and down the field. Got swamped last week with 4 turnovers. A couple right down there by the end zone. So I'm sure they're disappointed with that. But NAU's defense played really well to change that. So their team, they have good players. They have good schemes. Mike, you mentioned some on offense. They have their tailback back. I think he's one of the best in the conference, if not the nation. And defensively, they got some cats. They got 53. They got 4. I don't know their names, but they play well. They got 2 guys up front, bigger than me. That's good recruiting. So you have to be prepared. Going back down there to Davis, I don't think that matters. We're going to get on the Americana bus and throw in super bad and great outdoors. Maybe I ask for Jaws, but that usually nicks that one. Greatest horror film in the history of horror films. But anyway, we'll be ready to go. I like today's practice. They're focused. Again, bring the energy, see what we can do down there in Aggie land.
Well, you brought up the bus before I could even mention it, but as far as the Aggies go, one thing they are also pretty good at, run defense. If you look at the numbers, they've done a good job. Of course, we're obviously now noted for our running offense, 5th in the nation, 2nd in the Big Sky. Coach, any unique twists you're going to have to deal with this week on offense?
No, you're going to have to get after him. The one thing he does, Coach Hawkins, is get his team ready to roll in all phases, and they're going to come after you, and nothing's easy, not a yard's easy. So how they line, how they go from man to zone and try to dink you around, but we'll see what we can put together. My guys are being creative today. It's pretty obvious that we're going to run the same damn thing. It's just what's it going to look like coming at you, and Hawk knows that, so he'll put some spice or Halloween candy on top of that. So we'll see what we can do.
And as we record this, it is Tuesday. It is Halloween. On the field today, the music playing in the background, Halloween themed. You're the king of the playlist because every time I come out here, you come out with something new. Always good to hear Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah, doubled that up. Today's, the one I was most happy to hear was the Michael Myers, the Halloween movie.
I heard that one, yeah.
That guy, he's relentless. That's how I need my team to play. Every time he went down, he always got back up, and he kept coming at you. And then they made a bunch of movies after the first one. But you watch that first Halloween movie. I asked for that in the bus too, Mike. I don't know if that's going to make it, but I need that type of relentless play by my team. So kudos to Michael Myers.
We got something new here, folks. Relentlessness, like Mike Myers from Halloween. I've seen it.
The one who goes out the window, falls down, and look out, and he's gone. That guy doesn't quit. He doesn't quit.
Have you thought of recruiting him?
I think he finally quit after Halloween 8, or Jamie Lee Curtis. She's probably past her time. They can't make any more of those movies. I think she was a kid before. Anyway, but he is. If you look at that and you look at movies, but I'm gonna probably flip in Superbad first. You ever seen that one?
That's an awesome movie.
It's a comedy. I haven't seen it. I've only seen bits and pieces, and I laughed. So it's hard to get me to laugh. That movie made me laugh, so I'm looking forward to that one.
That's a great movie. Hey, and of course we are referring to the Barney bus. They're going to get on the Barney bus this week and drive down to the Sacramento area to play UC Davis. But one thing we know for sure, they're going to play relentlessly like Michael Myers, Coach Barnum has told us. So the Vikings this Saturday at UC Davis. It's a 4 p.m. game. Once again, you can see it on ESPN+. And for all your information on Vikings football, go to govikes.com.